Hello again. So on the previous video we'd done a little while ago, I did mention that most people would have had an email from the DVSA regarding updates to the way that driving tests are being booked. So
yeah,
we're just going to go through the points just briefly for those of you who've not had the video. So it says here, the DVSA sets out a plan to reduce driving test waiting times, recruiting 450 driving examiners and improving rules for booking driving tests, which will hopefully reduce the waiting times. See, with that one, they're going to recruit 450 examiners, if they can recruit. My view, they've not been able to recruit so far because the terms and conditions, I'm not judging the DVSA, I'm just giving my point of view.
Yeah.
My belief is that the exams are not paid enough, which is why they can't recruit. So if they couldn't recruit previously, unless they've improved their pay scale, are people going to apply? And also the worrying thing as well is that, yes, they might recruit. Out of that 450, they've got to go through the recruitment process, interviews, training. So you're looking at a good few months before we see any new examiners filtering through. But then there's a lot of examiners leaving the DVSA. So are we going to see improvements there? That remains to be seen. It would be nice. I'm just going back to pre-COVID. As you know, I use Basildon as my main test centre, and there used to be 6-7 examiners there every day, doing 7 tests a day each.
Okay, right,
Plus Saturdays as well.
That's quite a lot then.
Now we've only got 1, sometimes 2.
Yeah.
So that's where the backlog has come. So
obviously because of COVID, but then also because of how the lack of availability of tests, probably. It's
the knock-on effect. So I'm not sure whether that's, hopefully it will work, but it's going to be a long time before we see any improvements in the waiting times. Stopping learner drivers being ripped off. So this is down to these third-party companies that you see them popping up on WhatsApp.
Oh, yeah, where they're asking people to pay like hundreds for tests and stuff.
Nearly every week I'm getting added to a WhatsApp group.
Really?
And I just could quickly delete myself because it's just wrong. And I did question one guy, and he said to me, we just charge an admin fee. Really? 150 quid for an admin fee?
Yeah.
On top of what you paid already.
That's double the actual test price.
And what the bloke said to me, he said, you pay your £62.50, then we charge an admin fee, and then he said, but you can add on what you want as well. What? So basically saying, you're going to pay £62.50, then you pay them the £100 or £150 on top of that for their admin fee, but then saying to me, why don't you put a bit on top of that as well? That's a bit cheeky. Yeah, so it's like me sort of saying, right, okay, Steph, you've paid your test fee and your £150, but I'm going to charge you 50 quid just for telling you.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Any instructor with the right morals, I'm pretty sure all the instructors I know have got the same mindset as me. Don't entertain these companies. It's just wrong. So what they're trying to do now, they're trying to stop anybody from block booking driving tests. Because we've got a portal where I can book tests on pupils' behalf.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
So what they're saying is, we can only book tests for people that we are teaching.
Oh, that makes sense.
So we can't just randomly.
What do some instructors like book tests for people that they don't even know? That's where a lot of these groups are all instructors. Oh, okay.
All instructors.
Right, okay.
So somebody's heading this group, then adding instructors.
Right.
So it's saying, stopping learners drivers being ripped off, passing your driving test is a life skill.
That's true.
No different to what we always do, is it? Sky high waiting time for tests in recent years have denied many people getting the opportunity to take a test. No one should have to wait 6 months. Absolutely right.
Yeah, that is true.
Prior to COVID, you could get one within 4 to 6 weeks.
That's really good. That's pretty much what it is. I feel like it should be kind of level with the wait time for theory tests. I know that's not realistic, but I feel like it should be. Because theory tests you can get quite easily, can't you?
The honest thing with theory, there's a lot of people in a room taking a theory test at the same time. So that's why you can get a theory test a lot quicker. But
there's more people
I agree.
Doing the test at once, yeah.
So it goes on to say now, recruit and train 450 examiners across Great Britain. The jobs were advertised on the Civil Service job website in 2 phases, in June and July 24 and September and October 2024. So, DVSA continues to recruit and is now training candidates who were successful during the first of these recruitment campaigns. So the first recruitment was June and July, and they're only just starting their training now in December.
Oh, fair enough.
So you're looking at January, February before they start to get rolled out to test centres.
Yeah.
So if you look at a 6-month time scale, on the second lot, September, October, you're now looking at March, April time before the second batch comes out. So we're still looking.
So it's still quite a while away.
A good few months down the road. It's saying now DVSA will review and improve the driving test booking system to make sure learner drivers can book their driving test easily and efficiently. So the whole system needs updating. Launch a call for evidence about the current rules and processes. So this is just a consultation that they're going to be going through to see if they can improve the booking system, analyse the evidence. So this is going to be months before, so time to go through consultation and decide what they're going to do.
Yeah.
We're looking at months down the line.
So it's going to be a long process before.
They're saying all these new terms and conditions about booking and managing the test for pupils will come on the 6th of Jan. So this basically means...
Yeah, I was wondering what that meant.
I could book tests for people that I'm teaching, but I couldn't advertise to sell driving tests randomly. So
they're kind of stopping all of these people that are selling
tests. I'm not going to go through the whole email, it'll take forever. That basically says if anybody breaks the terms and conditions, the DVSA can issue the instructor with a warning notice, suspend their account, close their account. Consult new proposals to increase the amount of time people have to wait. Why do they need to consult? We know how long you've got to wait.
Yeah. Which is ages at
a lot of it here is
Yeah.
Make multiple serious or dangerous faults during their test. So you might have to wait a bit longer to book your next one. Well, how much longer have you got to wait?
Yeah.
Physically or verbally assault their driving examiner. 100% agree with that.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
An examiner I'm not going to say the test centre or the name of the examiner because it'd be wrong, but one of our examiners, not a Basel, another test centre fairly local, got assaulted very badly. And he spent many months off work.
Really?
He had a broken jaw, lots of injuries. He did go to court, and I think he got a heavy fine and had to pay some compensation. No, that should have been a prison sentence. You know, examiners do a very difficult job, so they shouldn't be under that threat of assault. So anybody does, it's like me, if I had somebody in my car and they verbally assault, then they won't get another lesson with me.
That's fair.
So it's general respect, isn't it? So totally agree with that. Learner drivers currently have to wait 10 working days before being able to book another test. The consultation, which will launch at a later date, will set out the full details of the potential options. So again, we're looking at delays there. Increase the amount of notice you need to give to change or cancel a car driving test without losing the fee. It's currently set at 3 clear working days. They're looking at making it longer. Because what happens is, if you cancel within 3 days notice, it lessens the chance of somebody else getting that test. If you cancel it within, say, 10 days, for example, that test can then be advertised for somebody else, which then cuts down on, there's a lot of tests being lost. A lot of it's due to, we call them chances, where somebody book a short notice test And you know yourself, my phone's gone on a lesson. I've got a test booked.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to get somebody to take them.
So they can use the car, yeah.
Yeah, where their instructors probably said, no, you're not ready. It's like me saying to you, right, Steph, you're not going to take your test at that date that you've got. And you think, well, I don't agree with what Dave's saying. I'm going to go somewhere else. So you start looking around saying, I've got a driving test on My instructor's gone on holiday. No, he hasn't gone on holiday. He's told you that you're not ready. And that's what we're getting a lot of.
Yeah.
So they're looking at cutting that back. So with a 10-day cancellation time, it would hopefully fill them spaces.
What is it for theory tests? I'm sure it's more than 3 days.
I think it's the same.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure because I don't get involved with theory. I can find out for you.
Yeah,
but you've passed your theory anyway. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Right. So explore changing the current 24-week limit. So at the moment you can only book 24 weeks in advance. Well, at the moment we can't because there's nothing available. Whereas before, again prior to COVID, you could book your test for many months and months ahead. So I would start your lesson, say, right, Steph, do your theory. We'll look at booking your practical test. If we look at booking it for say August next year, by that time you should be ready. But no, you can't. You're only looking at 24 weeks if you can get one. So they're looking at reviewing that.
Yeah, that's good then.
Right, this one. Encourage learner drivers to be better prepared for their driving test through the Ready to Pass campaign. So
I've got emails about the Ready to Pass thingy. I've read some of it on the website as well.
Understand what skills they need to have mastered, so you're fully aware of that, which we're dealing with, so we're good there. Prepare for the test by giving tips on managing nerves.
Yeah.
Take a realistic mock driving test. Which we can do. I do things a bit different, like we did today. We've gone out and done a whole test route, and I'm giving you pointers along the way. But when you reach the point of where you're driving completely unaided, that's the same as a mock test. And at the end of that, driver say, "Yep, well done, you're ready to go." We're not looking at perfection. It would be nice if you could, but being realistic, there is going to be little bits and pieces along the way that you need to improve on. At the end of the day, I've been driving for many years, been teaching many years, as a lot of my colleagues, but we can still improve. You never reach a point of where you know absolutely everything. But at the moment, the key point of the test is to demonstrate what? That
you can drive safely. And independently.
It's always a learning skill. Ongoing. Understand what will happen during the driving test. So we touched on that quite a bit today. And on previous videos as well. The actions being taken will help DVSA to provide 1.95 million car driving tests between April 24 and March 25 to reduce the waiting time to 7 weeks by December 2025. So they're saying by that it's going to take at least another year
for them to be
before we see them waiting times come down. So, I mean, it's good that the DVSA are now taking notes.
Because they're now
that the situation is bad. But it is going to be a long time. I'm hoping that with the recruitment process and with these WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups being eliminated, it will free up more tests available for the likes of everybody that all of us instructors are teaching.
That's true.
I'm finding over the last 6 months, we're getting more calls. People want to take a test for the sake of it. I'm getting parents saying, I want my son, daughter to just give it a go.
Because they're taking more of a risk because it's so difficult to get tests, I think. Which
that's
is it's not the right thing to do, but I can kind of understand why I personally obviously wouldn't go until I was ready, until you thought I was ready, but I can understand why people would want to take. Do you know what I mean?
I do get where they're coming from, but at the end of the day, all right, you could book a driving test. Let's just say you get one for mid-morning, where the morning rush hour is gone, the lunchtime sort of build up is not there. So you go up and you take a test, and luckily you get a relatively easy route. Where you know, Dogs Trust, for example, is quite clear. Burnt Mills roundabout, one of the busy ones with faster flowing traffic, is quite clear. So you get a right nice easy little run, and you come back and you get your licence. But the next day you're on your own, and the scenario has completely changed.
Yeah.
And that's where you need to be able to cope. Like you've had your driving lessons at different times, different days.
Yeah.
You've been rush hour, you've been night time, we've been out on Saturdays, school run. So and like all my pupils, we mix and match it.
Yeah.
And you've got to be able to cope, but parents don't see that. Little Johnny is taking his driving test, and that's where you can now get a lot of people going up in their own private cars.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with the examiner at the test centre got assaulted. It was somebody in their own car, I believe. And obviously they didn't get the result they wanted and assaulted the examiner.
That's awful.
Which is wrong.
Yeah.
So we haven't gone through all of that email. Just giving you like the
overview.
The overview. So the key points of that is DVSA are trying to recruit. They are looking at eliminating third-party companies selling tests.
I think that's a massive part of it, definitely. Because they're taking all of the tests before anyone else can book them.
And they're looking at us as examiners, so I can book tests on people's behalf, which I don't really get involved in because it's time. So I can go onto the portal and I can also change tests, which I've done a few times.
Yeah.
For pupils, I've gone home but sometimes you can spend an hour on the phone. So
you only do it when it's like necessary. I can only do it,
if we've got the time. So I've done it a few times. But they're sort of looking at, we can only book and change tests with pupils that we're teaching. We can't advertise.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So we shut this one down. We've done quite a lot of filming today.
Yeah.
And we are gasping for a coffee, aren't we? So hope that helped. Any questions, please comment as always below. Hope you enjoyed the other video, which we're going to upload shortly. I'm not sure in what order they're going to be downloaded, so it might be a bit mix and match. But have a great weekend. Speak soon, guys.
Bye.